Alright, good morning y'all. This is the Plant Based Nutritionista. I'm just going to show you how to make a use what you have smoothie. Alright, I already rinsed off my Alabama blue collards. Alright, and all I'm really going to do is use what I have. So I have a fuyu persimmon that I've had in the fridge. I have a banana. That's pretty ripe. I have some blueberries here, and I have broken off some ginger, and I have my freshly ground. This says chickpea powder, but as I showed in the other video, this is a combination of lots of different whole grains, legumes, beans, all kinds of fun stuff in here. And just for fun today, I'm going to include a little lemon. Lemon has a really fun way of just enhancing the natural sugars or flavors. It makes stuff really sweet, even though it's not sweet. So I'm just gonna add just a tad of that. That's all I'm gonna do. Literally, because I'm using an inverted blender, on the bottom is where I'm gonna put my soft stuff, and on the top is where I'm gonna put my hard stuff. So, but I wanna show you this part today. I'm just gonna show you very quickly how I do prepare the ginger. And the way to keep ginger in the refrigerator without it drying out or shriveling up, in that little plastic produce bag, hopefully you're putting it in when you buy the ginger root, just leave it in there. Leave it in there and put it in your crisper, and it will do just fine for a very long time. That is what I have figured out just through trial and error. So I just want to share that with you today. All right, so sometimes getting around these little nodes can be fun, but literally just get it off. And if you have to cut off the node, that's okay. You can come back for it later. I'm just gonna put it to the side for now. Literally, you're just peeling it. You can use a peeler to do this, but I just tend to do that. All right, that's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Just shred it, or manually do it anyway. No rhyme or reason, okay? I'm putting this whole ginger block in my smoothie this morning because I really love ginger. It is my secret ingredient. Let me jump to the fuyu persimmon. I'm just gonna rinse it off. My produce brush here. Now, I like to keep my fuyu persimmons in the refrigerator in a glass fruit bowl. And I'm gonna just show you all really quickly how I prepare it. It's not anything fancy. Literally, this is a fuyu persimmon. And I'm just gonna process it by cutting it into manageable chunks that this particular blender can use. And I have another blender, but I like the inverted blender when I'm in for a rush and I don't want to have a whole lot of cleaning to do. So just use the inverted blender. And that's also the recommendation for protein powder when you're making it. Your inverted blender is gonna work better than your top-down blender. All right, so this is ready to go. I got the top. I'm just gonna remove this part. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna put up here. And when you're doing inverted blenders, you want your soft stuff at the bottom. See? Put your soft stuff at the bottom. Oh crap, yeah, soft stuff at the bottom. Yeah. And then your hard stuff at the top. You're like, why did you stop peeling the ginger? Because I don't want to be picking up all that ginger stuff. You can be pretty with your stuff if you want. I'm not going to do that. I'm literally throwing it in the blender. All right. Next, blueberries. Literally blueberries. So I'm just going to take a handful. I always check them and make sure there's nothing interesting growing. Just drop them in. Drop them in. Now I'm gonna add in my ginger slices. I'm probably gonna wanna use some more blueberries, but I just wanna get the ginger in really quickly. Now, notice I'm doing top down for ginger. You just don't want a whole bunch of strings, so the thinner the better. I don't like to do cubes because from a processing standpoint, it just doesn't really process in a way that when I go to drink it, I'm not drinking ginger clumps. So it's all about your preference for your palate experience. You can certainly do this and just cut it this way if you want. It really doesn't matter. Just do what works for you. Make this your own. And again, this is called the use what you have smoothie. This is what I have in the refrigerator. These are probably going to be thick pieces, so I'm going to have to blend that quite a bit. All right, I said I wanted to add some more blueberries, so let's do it. Blueberries are added. Oh, the stem, take off the little stem. Blueberries are added. My Alabama blue collards. Look, you can certainly get some produce scissors, or you can cut this, or you can break it if you don't have time, if you're short on time. Guys, it really doesn't matter. You don't have to be meticulous. It's going into a blender anyway. Include the stems. Look. It's really that simple. That's it. Just put it in there. All right. What did I forget? The protein powder. Okay, so that's the beautiful thing about these. Just move it off to the side. You can use a spoon or you can dump. I know how much I want in here, so I'm just gonna put. If you put too much, it will change the flavor profile. But you know, a tablespoon or two will do. And then water. And make sure I pour it over the protein powder. Whoa, too much water. And then I literally put this in. If you want a smoothie texture, when this is all blended up nicely, go ahead and add some ice cubes and go from there. Oh, this is the other side of the ginger. Oh, also, I keep my protein powder once I make it in the refrigerator. Since I did process the bean, I just keep it in the fridge. Just lower temperatures. If you know much about how bacteria grows in food, I'm a food microbiologist in my former life, so I keep it in the fridge. My preference, it works. All right, boom. I said I was gonna put lemon in here, didn't I? We'll wait till the end. Okay, so this is where I put the ice cube in. Just gonna add a little bit of lemon. Just a little. And this is fun. When you're adding lemon, don't squirt my juice out. Strongly recommend you cut it up as small as you can, because lemon, the pulp can be a little, it can create a little, you know, not so fun palate experience. But if you don't mind some of the fibers, you should be fine. I just grabbed some ice cubes. I'm gonna put some in here. This is pretty thick. And that's to be expected because of the amount of dietary fiber in here and the amount of protein powder I put in, but it's okay. Just a little water and a little, and remember there's chia seeds in there that will give it a gelatinous texture, so it's a lot going on, but it's all good. Okay, So all you're looking for in this, when you're blending it, is you're looking for all these, you probably can see blueberry skins. You look for those to get smaller. And then when they do, this is how it looks without making a mess. I always like to transfer it to a larger container. And I try to reduce the coefficient transfers to get as much smoothie as possible in my cup. And I want to show you how thick this is. So if you let this sit for like a few minutes, it will be a glob. But the cool thing is this. I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this, and it's going to be perfect. So if you wanted to actually turn this into a couple of days of smoothie, you could. I'm going to drink all of this today. But you could turn it into that if you really wanted to. You could just add some water, stretch it out over, maybe you could probably do 3 if you wanted in this 3 smoothie meal preps, if that's what you wanted to turn it into, just because of how thick I made this. But remember, it's really dependent on the amount of protein powder you put in here, and also the types of fruit and vegetables. There's lots of dietary fiber in here. My gut is going to thank me later. Oh yes, the lemon was a nice addition with the fouilly persimmons. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. So look, I'm already almost at 21 ounces. Look at this. You see how gelatinous that is? Because again, there's chia seeds in here. Chia seeds are very viscous. So they tend to turn smoothies into gelatinous things. So just be careful about how much chia seeds you use, and be sure you plan on drinking it pretty soon. Also, the fouilly persimmons are pretty thick too, and there's half a banana in here. So, yeah. So there you have it. And this is it. I like to rinse these out as soon as I'm done. It makes cleaning a lot easier versus letting that stuff sit. And there you have it. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen. Hope you have a great day. And this is another way to make a quick smoothie. And this smoothie can be breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's protein packed, nutrient dense, and loaded with lots of phytonutrients and anti-inflammatory properties that's going to do a body good. So this is how you build your immune system from the inside out. Bye. So what are you waiting for? Have I convinced you yet? Get your own copy of Cooking with the Plant Based Nutritionista today. You will get recipes that show you how easy it is to eat whole plant foods on a regular basis. Everything from smoothies to fully prepared meals, all made typically in under 45 minutes. So, what are you waiting for? Head over to iEatMorePlants.com and get your copy today.